All right. Wait, wait. We are live. We are live. We are live, folks. In YouTube. Wow. Different experience. All right, folks. We gotta play rapid. Um, right. I'm just checking things out. Just make sure everything's running smoothly here. Everything is good. I suppose everything is good. Um, Everything is good. All right. Everything looks good. All right, so we're gonna try. We're gonna play different openings. We're just gonna play rapid first. I mean, it's gonna be rapid only, right? But we're gonna play different openings, even openings I may not know anything about it, anything about. But it's gonna be rapid, so we have more time to save the game, if anything. We'll try. I might be closing into 2400, so that's good news. But here, we'll give it a try. The struggle is finding an opponent, of course. It may take us like 20 minutes to find an opponent. Hey, how's it going? How's it going? How's it going, Henry? Oh, we are connecting with different people now. It's always good. We're looking for more audience. We're looking for more audience. This is going to be educational stuff. We may just try minus 100 while we're waiting. Yeah, educational stuff. I'm going to explain the moves as I go along. Minus 100. I guess that's the only way to do it. All right. We have somebody. This is an old account. That's nice. So I could play different openings. Knight of 3 is actually interesting choice early on. Different openings, huh? Yeah, Knight of 3. We could play d6. I'm not familiar with d6 because it may transpose. I mean, if he plays d4, it may transpose to different stuff. So this is actually like a perk kind of stuff from the read key opening. d6. I'm not really, but what is e4 here? e4. That's interesting choice by white. Interesting one. I mean, hopefully I'm not getting hit by a rook a3 or something. Probably not. So we could play g6, bishop g7. I suppose this is the way to play. And knight here, e5. This is the move. Connecting with the rook, with the bishop, attacking the rook. You watched me play Rose the Nuts? Yeah, that's was actually a good experience, and I'm looking forward to repeat it. There's a good chance we might repeat it, and it's very nice experience. Nice of him, and the games were really competitive. So that's we're always looking for things like that. We may actually have more collabs, so that's looking forward for more, including Eric himself. Second time. a6, we cannot do this. So maybe a6, I mean, I'm not allowing a6. Maybe I should play a6 myself. I mean, this is maybe a problem because you take knight takes e5. The rook is under attack. You can see this huge diagonal. So maybe just play e6. But I'm not convinced that a5 is a good move. I mean, there's a potential that a5 could become a weakness later on. Upon that, we could attack later. Not now, of course. It's not an easy way to attack it. We may just follow the plan, bishop g7 and knight e7. Sounds like a plan here. Oh, he castled? Okay. I mean, I don't have to think about my moves. That's looks like a reasonable way to play. There's also knight c6, which we may be eyeing at the pawn at a5. We cannot grab it, but it's just putting a knight on c6. Potential idea. He playing d4. We could push. here, c4, c6. Knight on g5 is kind of inactive. I mean, you could also take, but I'm not enjoying this. The bishop now, I mean, it's me helping white. If I were to take here, the bishop on g2 becomes really active. We maybe need to shut things down, meaning that it's e4, you know, pushing him down. I think it's knight g5. I'm trying to remember. I remember seeing this before where you play e4, knight g5, knight d2 even, but knight d2 doesn't feel like the right move. d4 is always hanging. If you push here, you may have to play d5, c4, c6. And you may play knight e7 to defend on d5, so that's maybe the plan. I mean, hopefully I'm not in trouble. I'm playing openings that I'm not familiar with, but giving it a try. Assuming here. I don't think it's knight e1, of course. You don't want to go backwards. You don't want to go backwards at all here. Just want to check something with my... Is everything is good, Henry? The audio, the audio, the quality, everything looks good? Just double checking. Because I'm still new when it comes to YouTube, the quality. New to streaming here, so obviously things are running effectively well, audio-wise, video-wise. Alright, he played knight g5. So I have to play here. Sounds good, thank you. I don't want to play knight f6, of course, because this is drops the pawn, right? I didn't play e4, so I could play knight f6. f5, knight e6, and this is a way to lose, because the knight would be sitting on e6, attack here, attack on c7 once you move knight takes c5, and you don't want to do this. There are some cases where you play f5, assuming the knight is sitting on b8, maybe f5. But e6 is always going to be a concern. So d5 is original plan. I don't see a need to change ideas. He's going to play c4. If you take that weaken up e4, and c4 might be weak, right? So c4. So this is kind of like going into what white is trying to do. Weaken up this pawn and double pawn here, which I'm always playing double pawns every single game at this point, but c6 looks like it's a reasonable move. He might try knight c3, but you still play knight here, and if he takes here, you take with a pawn. So you keep the center intact. And we'll see about this knight sitting on g5. Maybe we could kick it by h6. He's going here, and maybe knight f4. He may put enough pressure on d5, so I have to be careful. But a5 is still... I mean, I probably, if I'm white, I probably may start to worry about like a5 being a weakness, because now you can see the queen is on it. If I were to play something like this, you know, it's a bit too early. The pawn is always going to be under attack. So he went with knight c3, and reasonable move. Of course, you make a move, you attack, you're attacking on d5, so I have to be careful. I could do this. I might get hit by this one. I maybe want to play knight e7, so when he plays here, maybe I could take on d4 before he takes on d5. So keeping the option open to attack on d4. So this is something I'm keeping an eye on. I'm assuming he's still... Maybe he could play e3, queen b3, or queen b3 anyway. You may feel like, you know, I still want to take on d5. Because he's attacking it twice, right? He plays f3. That's an interesting choice. It's another interesting choice. So here maybe he wants to take with the knight. I don't think he wants to take with the pawn or a bishop. He may take with the bishop, though. But I just noticed my time is so bad, so I may have to, like, speed up. May have to speed up. I don't have time for this, because this is attacked a couple times. I may have to take. I'm assuming knight takes. And then we castle fast enough. He took with the bishop. Could we try this? Hopefully there's no tactics involved. Could he do this? Bishop takes. How serious? Well, we could play knight f6, but this might allow queen b3 though. I may have to do this. My choices are kind of limited here. So if here I castle, he takes on d5 a couple times, but d4 still remains attackable by the bishop. So I could see that maybe I could still allow queen b3 castle, and then eventually h6. He has to be careful because h6 is actually the knight might be trapped, right? Because if he goes to here, we just take it. It's a free piece. The knight may have nowhere to go. And that's the reason why f3, when you play f3, you take, maybe it was knight takes. So he doesn't have to worry about h6 being attacked at some point. Unless he's so confident that d5 could easily be taken, right? It's not that easy. It's not that easy. So now h6 is a threat. I don't think he could take, though. He could try. But... And bishop takes. I mean, I feel like it's a piece without enough compensation, right? It's interesting. So does he has e4 maybe? But it's still h6. I mean, you know, maybe he could play here, which is funny. Bishop g2, h6, knight h3. That's funny. But that defense, you know, the bishop defending the knight on h3, so I don't, you know, you could take it, then bishop takes. It's a way to defend the knight. So maybe this is what he's considering doing. He could also say, well, the rook maybe open file anyway. You know, we are, you know, making the rook active here and also allowing knight h3 if h6. I may still have to castle, or I could play h6, he goes back and castle. It's good that he's taking time, because I might be losing on time by default. He's giving me some time to look over things, so that's good. All right, he played here, so I may just have to h6. Still h6, no? Takes. Do I go for it? I mean, I could castle. Or h6. I'm assuming he's gonna take on f7. I mean, that feels like knight takes. I could take bishop e6 in between. I'll give it a try. I may have to take my risks here. Assuming that's what's gonna happen. Pre-moving. e4. Should be good for me, though. He has to play e4. Because if he takes anywhere, the queen is hanging. Well, here it's just take. It's probably a safer approach to just play bishop g2 early. I mean, I don't know if this works for him. I mean, maybe e4, e5, maybe potential. Maybe it's okay. I mean, I don't have enough time to think it over. Maybe e4. I'm assuming it's e4. He has to defend the knight. Let's put a bishop here so we could take it. You gotta defend it. He gotta defend it. I mean, I don't think this is a move. Just still take. Yeah, e4. Could we now run? We may claim that we castle. We castle. We just hide our king. I mean, if I'm able to successfully help my king, it's going to be a piece, right? I mean, show me the compensation, right? I mean, it's fun to play though, this kind of stuff. It's fun to play. E5 I could take. All right, so he took a pawn in the way. Could we just take here now? Which way should I take? Potentially here. I could play knight f5, which is actually a tricky move. Here g4 I could take. Oh wait, it's pinned. Oh, it's pinned. All right, maybe just go here and then the knight f5. Did I miss d6? I have d6 attack here. I missed it. But I could just take here though. I could still take here and queen b3 and knight d5 just on time. So d6 takes. If he takes here, it's okay, I suppose, because he sacked a piece. So maybe I'm still okay. All right, so now knight takes d5. It feels good for me though. I mean, I'm now up in material. The problem is always the time. Eventually here. He takes, we take with the queen, defending e8. I mean, so far I'm covering this. Does he just? He cannot. He could take with the idea that. Yeah, he actually didn't do it. He didn't do it, but I actually have some problems here, and I cannot solve it. He may just take here though. Something like here. I need to defend the rook. He's attack. If he were to take here, I couldn't take back. There's a big pin on d5. So now if he takes, I take with the knight. And the rook is defending here. 1 minute left. It's going to be rough. Gonna be rough. I mean, it's gonna be bullet game now. It's not even a blitz game. Gonna be bullet. Whoever is stronger in bullet. And also the position, how complicated it is. But I guess here I just simply take fast enough. I mean, I maybe even pre-move it. Possibly pre-move it. But I could be surprised by other moves. Like queen takes. Yeah, any move here could be played. I cannot really safely pre-move. I also may have the rook here. I could play the rook here, and maybe even king h7. I'm actually leaning toward king h7, and he's not allowing. He's not allowing it. Maybe he does now. All right, so could we attack now? Attack here. I don't have 93. You could have took, so. Just attacking the queen, getting him out of, attacking on d5. So if he goes here, it's 93 now. So obviously he has to be careful. Queen here. Do I start taking on b2? It's funny that the rook is sitting on e7. But it could be engaged into like a defense or attack. Like maybe it's good for defending. But we take a pawn in the way, and if he still takes here, we could take. It could even take with the knight. So the rook is defending queen f7 stuff. So it's actually rook e7 is doing great defense, believe it or not. And he's lower on time, so that's good news. I mean, we are up materials, so that's good. 2 knights, bishops versus 2 bishops. Yeah, if he's gonna drop on time, that's gonna be difficult to find active move. This is also, we talked about how this is potential attack that we could always take. Maybe I'm leaning toward this. So I talked about how a5 is weak, right? That's one reason. With that, he play a5, eventually it's takeable. Now the problem is not a5, like I'm up a piece, so that's the issue. So queen d2 now. He's running mate on here, so he doesn't have time for this. I'm assuming he's gonna see it. Oh, okay, so did I blunder this somehow? Could he take here? Oh, I blundered this. The rook is hanging. Oh, the rook was hanging. Ah, we both are blundering. But the rook is hanging here, so maybe it's all up in the air. He was attacking the rook on e7. Okay, we play here, bishop d4. Now it's winning, though. I mean, I'm up material all across. Here. Take. That's just like a one move. We have mate. Oh, wait, this check. Here first. Any move, we just take this bishop. We're still winning, though. I mean, I saw that. I mean, I'm still winning up a piece. We're up a piece, so I could eventually win that. I'm up on time. F5. Check. And then we take the... Wait. Check. Take. Here. Take the free rook. Alright, we'll give a rematch. It was a good game, though. It was a good game. I felt like... instead of... the sack on f7... Right, I felt like he could have done bishop g2 and knight h3, just like I discussed. So this may defend. There's no need to like sack like that. It's a good sack though. It's a good sack. I mean, I don't know if it's good sack, but it's a good sack in blitz games. I guess that's what I mean. But in a rapid, there's maybe more time to regroup the pieces and still like find a way to win. I mean, if it's bullet chess, then yes, this kind of stuff could work. Because in bullet chess, the faster the time control, you're being, you just try to find defenses, for your piece. You have a piece, but your opponent's trying to put all the attack on you, and you may not find the right defenses on time. So in bullet chess, yes, but in in rapid maybe and classical, 30 minutes, that's going to be something that, you could always defend. Yeah, I was patient. That's true. Took my time, but I could have flagged. I could have flagged Henry. Could have flagged. All right, somebody else. And that's the struggle when you have a high rating. I mean, I don't consider 23 a high rating. It is, but in certain ways, not a lot of people play rapid. I mean, I don't intentionally lose games, but sometimes I'm not serious enough. And if I am serious and I have a high rating, you don't have a lot of opponents. I mean, I'm doing minus 100, so I'm looking for 2,200 players. And it's just sometimes it's very difficult. Not many people play rapid. There's good reasons why. But I try to play rapid so I could explain the moves, right? Just give you more time to explain the moves. With more time to explain the moves. I could play d4, different openings now. I don't have to play my own stuff. So I played this one. This is maybe the reason I became a master playing the Trempowski here. It's something that I just figured that a lot of people play c4. This is a mainstream kind of stuff. So I figured that opponents would not be prepared for bishop g5. As a matter of fact, I beat tons of players on bishop g5, even grandmasters in blitz games and bullet games, and even in blitz I beat an IM on it. It's just you don't see it coming, especially when I take on f6. You feel like up to bishop and bishop pair. Is it good for white? Technically, black is better in my own view, but you do have to know the line, right? So I go knight e2, h4, h5, something like here, and knight f4. If you're not really careful, you could get punished. As a matter of fact, knight f4, c4, h5. This is potential plan. So I played this for years, and it's potentially the reason I became a master. Because I played this for a long time, and I, didn't. My opponents would, they were really predicting that I play c4 or, and I DC bishop g5. What is this from you? And is this as good stuff or not? And it's not, but I know it. I used to know a lot of lines in it. I kind of forget some lines, but if you don't know it from black, you could get in trouble. Meaning, there's some study that you have to do. Like you cannot really. And sometimes people book me up on it. Do you know that I play it? Then, Stellar plays this, so that we're gonna try to punish him now. And sometimes I get punished on it, and sometimes not. Sometimes I'm able to win games. So I played c6, and here's the issue. I normally sometimes take a knight c3. Usually when you do play bishop e6, the bishop is kind of like doesn't belong to e6. It's being tied down to defend the pawn. You could always play like g3, bishop g2. But the idea is that d5 could be a really big issue to defend. So usually I could take... I could also play h5, and I have. Usually they replay h5. I mean, maybe the opponent... I mean, around here, he could play c6. No, not here. And instead of f5, he could play h5 here, for example. So he doesn't have to worry about me playing h5 at some point. Because there's h5, h6 is possible. H5 takes on g6 could open up some nasty attack. I also allow g5, like h5, g5, h6. So obviously white is still looking for some kind of attack. So, but we gain the tempo here. It's easy to say, and instead of h5 right now, I play knight c3, attacking on d5. So that makes sense to attack here. I'm actually threatening to take the pawn, which he somehow allowed me to do. Knight c6. That's a little bit interesting. The pawn is takeable. And you could take it with a couple ways. Sometimes they play rook e8, and they may try to trick you by taking on d4 because it's a pin on the king, but I don't see it happening here, because if I take this way, rook e8, this bishop e2, you don't have knight takes d4. The bishop is covering the pin on e1. So this may feel like a blunder. This f4 I always take. Knight takes d5, bishop takes e6, and then you go back to knight f4, and then you may have nasty d5. You might attack both pieces. Knight on c6 or e6. So this is a safe approach to take. And the problem is taking on d5 like this. Yeah, he's trying knight takes d4. So you can see knight takes d4 is a threat, because you cannot really take back, right? It's a pin, and you cannot take with the queen, obviously, because the bishop is on the same diagonal. But you play bishop e2. You're telling black, well, so what? Rook e8. He's just gonna play here. You don't have knight takes d4 now, and if bishop e6, knight f4, and h5 is still pending, right? b5. That's interesting. Well, that's interesting stuff. So if you take with the bishop, I'm actually a little bit confused by this move. If he takes with knight takes d4, I take the rook. So by the time the bishop takes, his bishop takes e6. So that doesn't seem to do much. So I could take here. That feels like a free pawn. And if bishop d7, I just go back bishop e2. That's we take a pawn and leave. Because bishop takes b5 is threatening to take on c6, right? f4. Let's just stick here. We just stick with the bishop. We cannot take with the knight. So he's playing bishop c6, but we just go back, right? Because now he might be doing some knight d4, even though I still have bishop here, though. But it's a safe approach to just go back. Maybe it's knight takes d4. Wow. Nice, thank you, Henry, thank you. Wow, first level 1. Knight takes d4 is actually a playable move, yeah. It's after bishop e2. Wait, hold on. Because he's attacking the knight on d5. That's actually the issue. So the bishop is attacking on d5. You could argue that bishop e2, he takes on d5, d5, bishop f3, and I may just try to win the rook, attack the queen, but he has queen e5. So he has a check in between, which is not easy to defend. I mean, I can still play queen d2. I'm still up a pawn, right? I'm still in here. I'm actually up 2 pawns. So theoretically, white is still good. I can still play here. He takes, bishop takes here. This has to be good for me. He's looking for complications like bishop takes d5. Knight f4. Let's try knight f4. I mean, if he takes here, I just take. And also the bishop doesn't have g2. The knight defends on g2. And we might take here. I mean, I may just take the next move, actually. So I don't have to deal with this. He may try queen d6. There's also some tricks where knight takes d6 and f4 might be loose. Or actually, he's attacking the knight on f4. Like queen d6, f4. The king is sitting on e1, right? So he could just take. Queen d6 is actually a move. But I may just take on c6. And I don't have to deal with this issues anymore. And bishop takes and maybe even castle. You might say, well, castle while h4, yes, it's possible to play like this, but you just have to be careful. You're not giving a lot of scope here with the bishop. I mean, it depends on what he does. Queen d6. You maybe take on queen e2. There's a lot of options, I believe. You may have to take the knight because I don't like the idea that knight takes d4 is coming. So maybe the queen d6 I just take here, and he's just played rook e7, and it doesn't add up very well. Maybe he wants to do this. He's getting out of the pin, so that's actually his point. Like, I don't have to deal with, bishop takes c8. I could also try this, g5. Could I try this? g5. We could always defend, though. We could always defend, but he's start moving the knight, and g2 is still. Does have to make a move. They have to make a move. All right, h5. I mean, since I played h4, I may as well push it. Like, what I have to lose? What I have to lose here? I mean, since I'm committed to play h4, may as well. So he plays here, and but I could just go back, and I'm assuming this is still an issue. Huh? I just stick with the pawn, so it doesn't work. The pin is not there. The pin is only there if I take with the knight. Perhaps knight takes. So if here, we just win a piece. h6 is possible. May as well to do h6. And yeah, f4 is a good move. I mean, try to generate anything for him. He wants to take rook. He wants to complicate it. I don't blame him. He may have to move the bishop, though. I mean, I'm not sure where. It's bishop f6. I mean, you don't want to play here in the corner. You can, but maybe I could just play. There's a couple options here, including d5. d5, allowing the bishop to get really good scope here. Diagonals, pretty good diagonal. Have to be careful on this one because g2 is under serious attack. So he plays here. Do I play rook h5? I guess I can, because I could take this with check. I'm not castling anytime soon. If I'm gonna castle, it's queenside. So, I mean, that's a decision I took a long time ago. That's a decision I took a long time ago. I mean, there's no way you could castle easily here. I mean, I suggested maybe castling at some point, but not in a situation like this, like especially after f4. We just attack here, and that's actually a big threat because obviously the king has to go here, and then maybe you could still play queen d3 and creating some attacks. It's also free pawn. I could still take though. I may not mind him taking on f2. King f8. If he takes here, king f1. So I'm eyeing h7. If he takes here, it's king f1. So the king is shielded, some kind of a shield here. Like he takes the king it's safe, right? I don't have to worry about checkmate or anything. He doesn't have any pieces near my king, and the knight is covering all the key squares. So it's actually his king that actually I feel like is more exposed, because queen takes h7. You're looking at mate. Rook g8, queen takes h8. Once I land over here, it's trouble. And I'm not sure how you defend it, though. It's not clear how you defend this. Maybe f6 and defending with a rook and attack g5. It's possibly the only move, but f6 feels like it's kind of passive blocking that, but it's only a way to defend. Maybe I just go back and bishop c4. You're looking at another checkmate. But I just have to move my rook first because he's attacking it. So something like here, bishop c4, queen c4. There's also takes here and queen c4. Rook e6 does not save him, though. I could still take. The rook is hanging. Rook is hanging. Takes. Rook, queen back. Do we have here? Takes. Ooh. Could I just do this here? Takes and d5. Maybe it's okay. I don't have enough time, I mean, honestly. He's just gonna take here. Takes, queen g8. I wonder if he could play here. King over instead of queen g8. Takes. Because the rook is defended, so he could... Oh, king e7. Where my queen is going? Queen g7. Have to do this. The game is heating up. Oh, wow. Game is heating up. Oh, wow. You found here. That's crazy stuff. Oh, I might have lost. Queen takes g2. Have to take care of them. Now I might be lost, of course. I'm sacking my queen. How many pieces left? Yeah, that's not part of the plan. It's not part of the plan at all here. Yeah. I think around here the mistake was I may just have to move my rook. I actually didn't like the fact that he could take. But maybe rook g3 and that's good enough for me. And he could even do rook h3, takes h7. I'm still up material, but and now it's like disaster. Any move wins. He could do knight e5, knight g4. I mean, I'm not sure why I did this whole thing. This whole thing is strange. Knight g4. I don't think I could hold this. I'm just on a queen here. It's... I mean, I was down a minute. It's difficult to play this in a minute, finding all the best moves. D6 opening up for the bishop on G2. Like queen takes G2 is like mate. I mean, any move wins. Rook here even. Queen takes H6. Yeah, nothing here I could do. Check. And I'm opening up for the queen here. It's not good. Not good. Knight G4. I don't even have time for Knight C7. Trying Knight E6 is too loose. Defending this. It's resigning pretty much soon. Queen H2 now. Yeah, it's... Only thing going for me is here, but it's too slow. He wants to play Knight E3. It's... Here. Knight E6. Looks trouble for me. You might even considering this. That's just checkmate, I think. If he takes, I have to play here. It's trouble all across. It's losing, of course. No way out. It's his mate. I mean here, and I... Maybe I could take? Wait. Knight H2. Knight H2. Let's checkmate. All right, where is I now? Probably around here, just to check. Oh, you accepted my rematch. That's fine. Yeah, when he played the Rook E6, I could just play like any Rook move. Rook G3, defending the Rook. And then I could still, I could still win the game. Because I'm still up material. But when I took on H7, my queen was kind of trappy there. So this is actually a win defense, and I sometimes play it. It could transpose to Queen's Indian, depending on what white does. But we're trying different openings, right? It doesn't have to be the same opening that I'm going to play, but variety of different openings. So E6, we could play here, we attacking E4. Not F6, putting a pressure. F3, Queen F3. If he's not careful, we just take here. Bishop takes, big takes. This is a pin. Cannot take back. So there's F3, Queen F3 are possibilities. F3 is good enough. So C5 competing on the center. I actually don't like this for white because obviously in the Owen defense, one of the drawbacks for black, it is a big drawback and people doesn't play because of that. It's actually white controls the center effectively in a good way that it doesn't allow black to be active at all. But when you play things like this feels like, obviously I could compete on the center. He doesn't have the two pawns on the center. So here, this is very typical takes. If he takes, bishop takes. I mean, I think here, even bishop takes here is actually could be interesting. I just don't feel comfortable allowing some weaknesses on d6. He may have the two bishop pair. If I were to take bishop pair here, it might be good for him for now. You could try this. Knight b5 doesn't seem like a big issue. The bishop's still covering d6. He might be considering this so he could somehow play knight d6 check, b7 could be a takeable. He has castles, which is fine. I could always do this, but this allows knight e2. You're not necessarily winning a piece. e5 is knight f5. You're not going to win anything. The knight f5 defends e3. We may just castle here, actually, and give some consideration to bishop takes. Because the reason bishop takes maybe is okay in this line, in this situation, because maybe the pawns are really weak, like something like rook c8. Like, you could really attack the pawns in a certain way that he could, and he's aggravating it. Like, a3, now what are you going to do? Take on c3 or no? I think I will. I don't have to worry about d6 being a weakness because I already castled. All right. We'll give it a take. And maybe knight e5. So he may think this is attacked, but I'm just lining up for rook c8. Or even queen c7. Queen c7, maybe bishop f4. I have to be careful that this pin is annoying. Rook c8 is more direct. c3 is under attack. Yeah, it's knight d6. It's not the same though as when the king was on e8. So now I could push on d5. That's one drawback for white. You know, d5 defends d6 square indirectly. And you're competing on the center still. So d5. d5. I suppose here it's pawn takes. And that's fixing his pawns, right? If queen takes, pawn takes on e4. It's probably, all of this is not necessary. The real question is to go here, I think. We may take takes knight d6, bishop c6. No, bishop c6. If I play knight c6, I cannot play here. Oh, that's going to be an issue. But c3 is still weak. I mean, maybe... Or you could take here and takes on d5. Suppose I could take back. c3 is still an issue. Alright, let's do it. He's gonna take... He's not taking this. Interesting. f4. f4. Not even knight d6 is f4. f4 lining up for the queen. This may be good stuff by him. I mean, this move I don't mind. It's actually, maybe I could take knight here, queen c7. Is the knight could come back, bishop e6. It's a neat it's a neat way of defending. Queen c7, f4. I mean, if I have an opportunity taking, I may as well do it, but this may be difficult. Takes. Let's give it a try. I'm just taking my chances here. I'm counting on trapping this, this knight on b7. But it's actually important to take on e5. Because if I allow f4, white is getting really active. I'm counting on trapping it. He might take on b7 after all. I think that's what he has to do. I mean, otherwise, I'm up a pawn. Yes. Okay, here. So now I'm attacking here. The real question is bishop e6. And here's the issue. He's up a piece, but theoretically, is the knight ever coming back? I mean, I could play knight b8, queen e2, takes on a6, and then is it rook b8? Then we win on b7 somehow. I just need to make sure this is not hanging on e5. I mean, if I... That's maybe the... How I handle it is like e5. Where's this e5 is... This maybe knight c4. So the knight is still not coming out that easy. The pawn is covering everything. For now. It's a funny way of playing this. I'm going for it. Still counting on the knight is trapped. I mean, if he takes here, I could take... he might even do queen e2, even after taking, because now he wants to say, well, take, we go back. We may be able to play knight d6. It's not that easy, though. I could just go back and then going for the same concept, like taking on a6 and rook b8. If I'm able to play rook b8 and take on b7, then it's that's actually interesting for me. There's also knight c4. Because takes here is actually here, so I have to be careful. You take here with tempo, attack the knight, attack the queen. And you could say knight takes here, bishop takes, queen takes b7. So that's also possible. And I think he takes on e5. This mate on g7. Well, maybe here. Stopping. I mean, still threatening takes, and then rook b8. Doesn't matter which rook, maybe, and then the knight would be taken on b7 or d6. Should I take on d6? I feel like the knight is trapped. It's just a matter of how he improved his position from that after I take on b7. Perhaps. I don't think there's a way he could defend it. Oh, wait a second. Could he do here? Here, bishop b7? Well, that's... But here's the issue. Here is a take on e6. Never mind. I actually felt like this is a neat way of doing it. Like bishop b7. But I don't have to take. I just take this on a6 first. Queen takes, and then we take on d6. So that's not so fast. But that's one way of looking at the position. He may consider some knight c5 stuff and sacking his piece for a couple pawns. f4, I don't think this helps. Alright, we just take on a6. Queen takes. There's also knight takes d4. And eventually some rook b8. I also could delay rook a b8 to see if he has f5, some kind of f5 attack. We could also play this right away. That's the other knight c5 though. Let's try. Maybe here? f5, e5. You might try f5, f6. That's actually what I meant by improving his position. You cannot like slow play the position. Like you cannot play like here. This feels a little bit like loose because I could take the knight is better than the bishop. He still have the double pawns, so he has to make a decision. Knight c5. Try to get a pawn out of from this combo. Like you get the knight out, c5, take on c5. And queen e2 is very weird though. Very weird. He wants to play here. We just take here. So I suppose I could take f5, e5. I don't know. I don't like queen e2 at all. Maybe knight c5. Because now we're up a pawn. We get back the piece, and we're up a pawn. And I may consider trading everything because I feel like this is actually easy to win. You could trade, you could fix his pawns, but you are saying I'm up a pawn, clear pawn. I just want to trade everything. But I may just, do it in a different way. Like, going for, rook here, attacking on the weaknesses. So here, it's a plan. So by the time I take here, I'm looking at rook takes c2. There's f5 concern, though. Do I take? Maybe I have to take now. This pawns is still weak. He wants to play this. I don't know if e6 works. This is a move. I'm attacking here, though. Okay. We attacking this. You may be looking at this kind of stuff. I don't think this mates. It's like a bluff. Attack here. This is still very slow. Is it still very slow? I think it is. H5 doesn't do much. Shouldn't. So now I'm just up 2 pawns. It should be winning though, but the clock. It's always the clock now. It's always going to be the clock. This may be some nasty f5. Like after you trade down f5, may just put a block and everything. And it could be, but it may weaken up e6. But you still have 2 pawns, so that's... Okay, this move is weird, I suppose. I could still play here and rook c2. And then you have to worry about this. There's also rook takes d4. He may try, he's looking for an attack, some kind of an attack that works, but like I could see h5, rook g5, rook g3, but who's gonna give him this amount of moves? You need like 4 or 5 moves, and black just doesn't react. So one of the ways to win games, once you have like a piece, you have 2 choices: trade down once you have a pawn or 2. Or you can have a piece, right? You're winning a piece, you're winning a couple pawns, you win a pawn. You have 2 choices for the side that is winning, or try to win. Is actually to trade down everything. And then go to an ending game just like we are in 1 and try to win, right? The more pieces traded, the easier to win. Or you could stop your opponent's counterplay. Like stopping all whatever he's trying to do. Sometimes people play really well. Once you drop a pawn, you start focusing and try to get some counterplay, right? Like my opponent is looking for checkmates, and that's something that you have to defend. But we're not going to give him any time. We are saying we're not going to wait for that. So rook over. We are looking at g2. This possibly takeable because obviously I have a couple pawns. 3 pawns after. Let's say he goes for takes. I could still do it. Rook takes here. The 2 rooks could stand the queen, but not here, I don't think. I mean, I think here it's good for black. Just because of the pawns. I mean, I'm just doing it because of the clock as well. But you can, I feel like this is still good because I'm still up 2 pawns. So there are situations where the queen beats 2 rooks. It's not always... It's not always that the rooks beats a queen, two rooks beats a queen. It's not always the case. Okay, start pushing the pawns. I felt like rook c3 with the movement. Okay, here a5, b4. I'm attacking d4. I don't think this move does anything. He doesn't have a direct attack or anything. Yeah. Pieces are... I suppose here I could still push. There's maybe a tricky move here in a4, perhaps. Maybe. Or I could just take, though. I don't have to. But this is actually, again, we are playing bullet chess. It's not easy to... I mean, I think it's easy to convert, but maybe he could find a plan here. The plan is b4. Just push the pawns. I could even do this. Here. Trying to get my pawns advanced as fast as possible. I could push. If he plays here, b3. I'm assuming he's going to take down. I may as well pre-move it. b3 then. So that's a pass pawn, and I don't know why he's allowing this. I mean, that's a difficult stuff, because now the queen is gonna march in, grab a3 at the very least. I mean, he's having an issue with the time, which is okay. I mean, there's actually this move, and here maybe attacking here, b2 at some line. You cannot take. There's a pin. Check. Maybe rook b8. I do this, I win. There's here. Check, we queen. I mean, it's winning anyway. I don't have to deal with this. I mean, it's winnable. Maybe a rematch, and that would be the last game. I mean, I'm still learning about the YouTube streaming. Hopefully everything is doing well. One more game, folks. Probably gonna do more like, you know, longer streams when it comes to YouTube. I mean, I'm streaming all across now, like you know, Twitch and YouTube now. This guy is really good, but yeah, this guy could give me trouble. We could play b3, different openings. This is actually Nims or Larsen. Something that Nakamura always play. e3, and we could try this. Pin the knight, knight e5, f4 even. We trade knight e5. I mean, 25 is really high rating, rapid-wise. d3, stopping knight e4, get the other knight involved. Knight d2, knight f3. Maybe even take at some point. c6. I'm not committed to take yet. Something like here. May as well attack. He's castling long, may as well attack. Is it knight d7? As you know it. You castle long, you start to attack. If your opponent is doing it. He just like move my pieces. Still, the knight is not developed. I don't have to get carried away with a5 yet. Is g5 a move down? Yeah, I felt like here you just take. He might try it. Well, g5 maybe I just take here and see the take back. Maybe pawn takes here, and he's counting on bishop takes. Check. Oh wow, he's doing it this way. Ooh. Okay, how about this move? This attack the queen, I'm not sure. He wants to play knight d7. This is something that you have to be careful about. Maybe attack. He's gonna play knight d7. He doesn't care about this. He wants to open up lines. And you have to be careful not to take g7. This bishop could be really interesting if he ever get to play d4. So you don't want to take free pawns unless you know what are you doing here. Free pawns could be issue. Hey, Nightbot, how's it going? But he's gonna try knight d7. I'm actually shocked that he's not doing it fast enough. I mean, I don't think there's a better idea. You play here. There's one issue with d4 right now. I made us, take an e4, lock it, kind of a lock the potential attack, the activity on c6, and then maybe I could still attack on the queen side. a6 is not end of the road. It's the beginning of the, building the road. So I don't understand Rook G8. And actually, maybe he wants to play this and he doesn't want to sack the pawn. I don't like it. It's like a waste of move, and you don't want to waste moves here in a position like this. Whoever make active moves could generally wins. Here, sack pawn. Let's play a6. I'm assuming b6. b6, right? Queen e2. Getting the queen out of the way, connect the two rooks. Knight d7, about time. I may just have to go back. I'm not happy with this trade. That's kind of like allowing him to go to queen g5, and the pawn is double for no reason. We just go back. We may try to consider e4, but I'm not sure if it's e4 effective enough. f6, e5. e4, that's fine. He takes, maybe takes. That may make us go to knight c4. Wow, e4 here. I'm not a fan, though. He blocked my bishop, though. He may feel like he's blocking my bishop, but I could always figure out a way to play like b4. It's not that severe or anything. But that blocks his own bishop, though. His bishop doesn't have an easy way, even after f5. So maybe I could just simply try to trick him, meaning like we could possibly play here. Yeah, gearing up for b4. Not here, because he could take, but something like here and b4. And that's actually a tough move. Because we might be successful opening up. Then some kind of knight c4. Like here takes, let's say knight takes, knight c4. Something like that. And the knight would be kind of pinned because that cannot be moved. Okay, so now he wants to say f5, g6. If I go here, is take b4. I may not care about f4. As a matter of fact, I'm just going here. It may be a mistake, but we'll go for it. Maybe I had to defend it like f5. That's the reason I don't like it. f5 is g6. This may open up the lines, more lines for him. I'm just trying to be effective with my plan, like b4. Why should I waste time? Why should I waste any time? And actually, bishop b5 may feel like it's a move, stopping knight c4 and maybe possible take on e6. This feels not that easy. You don't want to take a pawn at a6 like this that fast. Maybe take on f4, but not so much on a6. He took the pawn, I'm sacking it just for b4. If I'm able to take and open up the lines, that would be interesting. You don't want to play b5. This may still lock things down. He's also trying to open up lines, but we'll see who is successful. More successful. It's actually tough what to do here. This knight b3 maybe. Takes, knight takes here. We're actually here, takes here, knight a5. Gotta be careful though. But he's kind of generating some ideas here. F5. He wants to take. The man wants to take on E4. He wants to take. Probably a intense moment here in the game. Critical stage in the game. I'm already sacked a pawn. Maybe it's e5, rook e8, but then I might find myself that I have to play knight c4. But this opened up the bishop for him. I mean, I don't feel comfortable opening up the bishop like this. I mean, maybe it's knight c4 takes. I mean, even get wild. Let's try that. But sack and try to open up an attack. We might try this on knight c4. So maybe here, rook e8, knight c4. And we defend here, knight d6. He's a stick though. Because if I play knight c4, you might just take on e4. This is actually the interesting part about this game. Alright, we're gonna play here. He's g5 also. But g5 might be too slow. Because knight c4 is coming in. Knight c4. So he's attacking here. He was attacking here, so I'm defending the e5. I mean, the real question is, do I have something here? Like takes, rook takes, f3. I saw that. But I may just move my queen and knight d6. I don't have to take or anything. I just move my queen. I may actually like to see my queen on g3, which I'm actually like to see that pawn here. So maybe we could allow this. You know, you could say pawn takes. Yeah, there's also here, knight d6 takes. I mean, knight d6 maybe is a move right now, because you could win an exchange. And actually, it's not just an exchange. You could say he has to be careful with knight d6. Here is bishop takes. This is a pin. Cannot take back. So he has to be really cautious about what's happening here. I mean, pawn takes is kind of a gamble, of course. But this allows knight d6. I mean, it's a competitive game, though. Competitive game. There's also knight takes b6, and it might have my eye on it. And this attack to bishop is open up with rook b1. I mean, this may be good stuff by me, but potential. But he's actually this way is defending, so he's saying, well, here we take back, but I still have here though. I'm assuming you might take, but this feels like an exchange. May have to do it though. We could try now this. And we could sack. We may as well do this. He did sack. I'm assuming rook e3 is coming in. May have to do this. I don't like the look of rook e3 at all. Because rook e3 now it's met by rook takes. I don't care about pawn takes. Actually, I feel it's irrelevant at this point. It's still dangerous pawn, especially now. That's gonna be like a pass pawn, right? There's still some tension. Like maybe his king is still attackable in some lines. He takes. I mean, he could take. That's fine. You just have to ask yourself a question. If we trade queens, what's gonna happen now? This queen g3 in some line. Takes, and I'm still up in exchange. It's not clear. You just have to keep an eye on e7. Because now if the rook gets to e7 in some line, then it becomes clear that white is, much better or winning. I mean, maybe I could consider concentrating on attacking on d4. Queen over. This move is rook check. King here. It's queen g3. You don't want to do this. This is checkmate. I feel this is winning, actually. Check. He's gonna go here. I mean, I could just trade queens. And g7 is... I think he is. He is. He is now. I feel like this is good for me, though. Really good. The rook at 7th rank, up in exchange, has to be good for me. We just take this pawn. Rook in 7th rank is always a good thing because it does attack a lot of pawns. He's going for weaknesses as well. He's not done yet, of course. How could I defend c2? That's a good question to ask. If he goes here, which he will, yeah. How could I defend e3? That's also another good question. The knight stopping c7. It's rook c7. Still believe it's kind of insane position here. Takes. All right, we'll do this. It's gonna be two pawns here that I'm concerned about. The g3 pawn is not enough for me. Takes on d3. Takes. He doesn't have this. I have check in between. The real question is here or knight b4, and it's this game on. This is game on. Because the pawns could start moving. Alright, so I go here, a5. This is very complicated. Very complicated stuff. I may just offer him a draw, but I'm not... It's not clear. Bishop back. These pawns are gonna move. I mean, I'm not finding a way to... The rook is being outplayed. No, I did not. No, I was busy. Oh, wow. Pawns are moving, folks. This is nightmare, though. He's playing for time and everything, and this is not... Maybe add here, bishop c5. It's not working very well. I mean, maybe I could still draw this, but... Wow, what is this? Here... He's gonna push the pawn. F4. Where he's gonna take it. The moment of truth here. Wow. I mean, I could draw that, I think, this here. I could maybe draw that. Draw, I guess, wait, well... Okay, this is not funny now. I slipped. Yeah, that's not funny now. That's how he wins. That's how he's 25. Yeah, this I had a way to draw, actually. This is the reason why I don't like this guy. I mean, honestly, this is all about time. So the draw is around here. You just have to sack the rook for one of the pieces. Anywhere. I mean, let's say here. You move here, it's here. It's a draw. I mean, it's just he's not... I mean, this guy played a lot of times. He's not really... this is all about rating for him, nothing else. And it's okay to play for rating, but, you know, you have to kind of show some class sometimes. I mean, I would give a draw here. I don't necessarily going to go for a win. Because we didn't play 1 minute chess, we played rapid chess. And if it's 1 minute, then it's okay, baby. But, I mean, this is a draw. I'm just checking in to see if I had anything I could try to win. Yeah, I was actually better here. Yeah. For me, it's... I had to do this, and something like, if he were to take, is king e2. That's how you defend. So, the idea is you defend d3, and his knight is still stuck on e6. I mean, I could see how this is winning now, because h6, computer's giving this, king d2, bishop e4, and then rook f7. He would have a rough time defending this, of course, because now the rook is attacking f7, f5, h6 is kind of loose now. The pawns are not going to move fast enough. I played the wrong move here. Because I had less time, of course. I couldn't figure out a way to... I mean, here is still white slightly better, but I think it's a draw. Yeah, now it's like heading toward the draw. And here, king e3, a move that I missed. Yeah, I mean, it's... this guy is not... He's not really reasonable with his display. Bishop c2, rook h1. This is very complicated, but I think it's a draw. So the winning idea is very simple here, to be honest. Like here, I mean, I was winning, right? This is not the winning idea is exactly what I did, except like I had to play here. You had to play king f1. This is a winning idea. Good games. Good games. We'll probably be back tomorrow. Hopefully you guys enjoy this. We'll be back tomorrow. It's a combination between Twitch and YouTube. We're going to continue streaming on YouTube. So to give people an idea, this is going to be the trend. Going to be rapid games, explaining the moves as I go along, especially on YouTube. Maybe Twitch and other videos on YouTube, they may feature like bullet chess, or bullet chess and blitz games. As a matter of fact, there should be a video coming in soon. Like I played David Howell, one of the respectful grandmaster. This is going to be something that I'm proud of. I get the privilege to play him. He's a very nice guy. I feel like this guy is really one of the effective, not streamer, of course. He doesn't stream often. He does, but he's effective. This is a guy that you look for when you're looking for any kind of commentary. He's very good what he does. Without David Howell, then there's a lot of people in Nerdisk and all this kind of people. Of course, I like them all. David Howell is a special guy. He has this nice style and the experience that he brings in to the table. So I get the privilege to play him. This is a game that, it's a game that I wanted to go over because I stayed competitive against him. I did not even know I was playing David Howell till it was during my stream, and I was like, David, that's, very few times. I don't walk by strong players. I mean, I played Nakamura. I never played Magnus. I played some of the strongest players in the world. Never get to play like Nepo but it's really nice to play. I played Kamsky, Gata Kamsky. That was a good experience. And over the board. I even played him online. I did beat him before. It wasn't a good game, but I still won. My game with Kamsky was really weird. You're supposed to be losing games when you're down a piece. Somehow I was down a piece and I won a game. It was a blitz game anyway. It was a bullet game. I think it was bullet game, and I was able to find a way to win. But anyways, we're gonna be back tomorrow with more games. It's gonna be, I think, Twitch, and I do stream both sites, by the way. I do stream Lichess and chess.com, just to let people know. So I don't just stream on chess.com. We may do also rapid games and Lichess, and I do some rapid. So it's gonna be blitz, bullet in different platform, rapid, and YouTube, and also rapid in Lichess. All right, folks. Thank you, Henry. Thank you, Henry, for tuning in and for subscribing. We're looking for more viewers. 10 is good for now. We're looking for more, but that's, obviously when people find me, I don't have to beat Magnus at this point, right? Or do I have to beat Magnus Carlsen at this point? My mom was telling me the other day, can you beat Magnus? This is how he become popular. I told her that doesn't work that way, why should I beat Magnus? A lot of streamers never get to play any of these people, and they are successful, but it's more work, right? It's all about work and connecting with people. And am I connecting with you guys? I should be connecting, right? Yeah, I'm connecting with all of you. So it's obviously we're gonna be back with more stuff. This is new for me. Streaming in YouTube is not gonna be the end. It's just the beginning. All right, folks, we're gonna end it here. Be back tomorrow. More videos, more content, more stuff. I was about to say I should rate somebody and I forgot. Usually rating is a different platform. We don't rate here, I don't think. So we're gonna end it here. Be back tomorrow. The schedule is difficult. Like, I don't know what time tomorrow. I live in northeastern time zone, so it could be any time. It could be any time, 4 p.m., 1 p.m. local time in New York, but it's not always. It could be late. And that's the reason why I do two streams, one for different time zone, one for, my time zone, so everybody able to see what I do. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Thank you again, Henry, and we'll be back tomorrow, folks. I will see you guys tomorrow. Good night, everybody, all 10 of you. Good night. Take care. Tomorrow we'll be back. Don't forget. Good night, folks.